You're in the middle of nowhere, which is actually somewhere. Schling, you're fighting God, or a heavenly principle. What's a heavenly principle, you might ask? Don't worry, it's not important till about 500 hours later. The important thing is you get to choose, are you a boy or a girl? And everyone picked girl, except for the girls, they picked boy. But it doesn't matter, except it does. Lumine supremacy. You're both getting spanked though, and God traps your brother in a corrupted Rubik's Cube. Oh no, said Lumine, also about to be trapped in a corrupt Rubik's Cube. But hey, you're awake, next to a lake, and alone. Where's my brother, said the sister looking for her brother. Oh well, I guess I'm alone. And it's quiet. This is kind of nice, actually. Knock, knock. Oh, I wonder who that could be. It's me, said the game's mascot character. Oh, but who is you, said you. I'm Paimon, ready to help in your travels. Oh, that's nice, said no one, because Lumine's voice faded alongside the intro. Rest in peace to Lumine's voice actress. And now Paimon's the main voice of the game, and it's nice, until it's not so nice. Until you wish you never fished her out of that lake. Oh, by the way, did I mention you fished her out of a lake? Who is Paimon anyway? Well, I recommend checking out theory number 4671. It's pretty insightful. Oh, hey, look, a statue. I kinda wanna touch it. Oh, hey, look, you have magical wind powers now. Also, that statue is based off a god. Oh, cool. So now you have the power of God and anime on your side. Neat. You know what else is neat? That. Can you guys guess what that is? Is it A, a hydro slime, B, a hilly churl, or C, Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies? If you said C, Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies, you're correct. And oh look, it's talking to a cute anime girl. Or, sorry, cute anime boy. I'm straight, right? But Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies, does not like socializing and uses Scratch. Even with 100% accuracy though, it missed and the green boy is gone. And so is Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies. But it left a red turd behind. I wonder if that's gonna be important later. But look, it's a red girl with a bow and she starts attacking you. Verbally. Because apparently your white clothes make it look like you're from another world. Oh, okay. I mean, I am, but where are you from, Paimon? Anyway, the red girl's name is Amber, and despite being a rude meanie bo beanie at first, she's pretty chill. Also, we got our first other party member. And now we can combine different elements to form elemental elemental reactions. And it's cool. I like it when red and green combine to make death. And look, it's Lynn! And instantly half of the player base's attention has disappeared because she's an NPC. And lots of people don't care about NPCs because they're NPCs. Anyway, she teaches us how to cook, and it's fun, is what I would say if it was fun. But thank you, Lynn. See you probably never again. Oh, hey, look, a gate. You pass through the gate. Congratulations, you've just entered your first city. What is a city? Nobody asked. A city is where people live. Oh, said Lumine, realizing she's homeless. And it also keeps people safe from the child-eating hilly churls outside the wall. What's that? They don't actually eat children? Oh yeah, children kind of play this game, don't they? But what is the deal with those masks? It almost makes it look like they're in a cult and have a tragic backstory that makes me question the morality of the universe. Anyway, Amber's gonna teach you how to fly. Oh cool, I wonder when that's gonna come in handy. Look, in the sky, it's a bird. It's a bigger bird. No, it's Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies. And Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies, doesn't feel like doing a pacifist run today. And his scratch attack has upgraded to Hurricane. Oh cool, said Lumine, getting sucked into a hurricane. Good thing we have those wings that we got 1 minute and 48 seconds ago. However, before you can process your thoughts, Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile king of the skies, tries to Control-Alt-Delete you. And now we're playing Toho, and My life is a lie. Anyway, as we're playing Touhou, we hear a voice. Oh, it's that cute anime boy, who tried getting intimate with Storm Terror Howling Hurricane of Mondstadt. It's not the same. Apparently, the cute anime boy is the one making us fly. Oh, that's cool. And hey, we won. And we're like a hero now. Oh look, it's a very trustworthy looking individual. And his name is Kaya. And he understands the anguish of being separated from your family. Yeah, I bet you do. Anyway, he's the cavalry captain. And with our group of 3 in Paimon, we go to meet with Jean. Who's Jean? Said Lumine, not knowing who Jean is. That's Jean. And funny hat over there is Lisa. And they're what we call they're what we call waifus. And if they're not your type, don't worry, this game has like 50 more of them. And after 5 minutes of discussion and 3 minutes of Lisa flirting with you, we now have our game plan. We need to break 3 rocks in 3 temples. Oh cool, and in exchange for helping them and saving countless lives 5 minutes prior, they agree to put up missing person posters for us for our brother. Nice. With that textbook definition of equivalent exchange in our minds, we set out for the temples. Also, this is Timmy, everybody's favorite NPC. Why is he everyone's favorite NPC? Lumine asked. Is it because of his emotionally tragic backstory? No, it's because he loves his birds. Which birds? These birds. Oh, anyway, after about 3 hours of nostalgia and 20 10 out of 10 pulls later, we make our way to the first temple with Amber. And aside from burning several forms of plant life, nothing really happens. But after 3 hard minutes of exploring, we reach the end to find the massive rock fueling Storm Terror Dvalin, erstwhile King of the Skies, power. And oh, that's it. Anyway, on to Temple 2, and this time we're paired with Lisa. And nothing really happens here either, aside from more Lisa flirting and the potential awakening of several players' inner masochist. Simple enough. Next, the final temple. And we're paired with Kaya, and going into an ancient dark ruin alone with this trustworthy looking man seems like a fun family experience. And it is. And we break the final rock. Oh cool, we're done. And you kept your purity. What's that? Something's not right. Oh look, it's an abyss mage, who at this stage of the game is a high-tier villain, even though he's a follower of a follower. But look, it's a guy with red hair and a big girthy sword. This is, well, we don't know his name yet, but for now, we'll call him Edgy Batman Cool Guy. And with that, we've busted 3 rocks and completed our first assignment. Hey, wasn't I looking for my brother or something? Now commencing Prologue Part 2. After destroying some semi-adequate rocks, you go back home, or sorry, back to Mondstadt, because remember, we're homeless guys, and we have an image to maintain. Oh hey look, it's Jean, and she's talking to someone who looks like she belongs in the high school drama club. Madam Anastasia over here is part of an organization known as the Fatutu, and they're basically the Genshin equivalent of the Akatsuki, except not as openly murderous. And then, the Fatui girl suggests murdering Dvalin to protect the city. And Jean, as the protector of the city, says no, and tells the drama club girl to go eat some pineapple pizza. And then afterwards, Jean tells you the Fatutu are from Russia, and that their god is a cold bitch. Her name is the Tsaritsa, and she's gonna be important in about 7 years. Then, back in Jean's office, we show her and Lisa Dvalin's cursed turd, and Lisa tries to touch it and gets zapped, meaning you are the only one who has bonded with Dvalin enough to have the luxury of holding his accursed turd. Also, for helping out the Jean cartel, we are awarded with the title of Honorary Knight. And with that title, we will never be suspected of wrongdoings again, like breaking into a church and stealing their most prized national treasure. Speaking of national treasure, this is Venti, and he can talk to dragons, give you the power of levitation, and make you question your sexuality. Yeah, he must be a normal guy. And for some reason, Paimon likes to bully him just for seemingly existing. But, like most alcoholics, he laughs it off. You guys should be like Venti, not the alcoholic part, the mellowed out part. Then, we decide to show Venti the magnificent red turd, which is now blue. So I guess it got purified in our pocket. And no, I'm not gonna question why it wasn't purified before. But Venti, upon seeing your main character abilities, decides to leave and go look at a tree. And since he's clearly important and kind of hilarious, we follow him and get attacked by that one enemy who never drops anything. Why do you exist? Venti tells you a story about how Daddy Dvalin is being bullied by the Abyss Order. Basically, to Dvalin, people were like, ew, a dragon. And this made Dvalin very depresso espresso. And the Abyss Order, upon seeing Dvalin's pain and misery, was like, it's free real estate. So back when Venti was using his god powers, or sorry, we don't know he's a god yet, we interrupted him and he could not save his dragon son. So now he's gonna take advantage of our little whoopsie and ask for our assistance in helping him rob the Catholic Church. Or sorry, we ask politely, and then when they say no, we resort to theft. Also, guys, did the scene where Venti just tells the nun that he is Barbados remind anyone of that Konosuba scene? You know, the one with Aqua? Yeah, that one. Also, the thing we're trying to steal is the Holy Lyre. And Venti wants to use it to play Dvalin a bedtime story, so he can stop being an angry boy. But before we can yoink it, the Fatui is like, haha, we're gonna steal it first, just to be a minor inconvenience, so we don't forget about their presence in the story at this point. But they get away with the bedtime story instrument, and we get framed. So we run away with Venti to a place where alcoholics can be at peace, the bar. And not just any bar, no. This is Bruce Wayne, D-Luke's bar. And to avoid being suspicious, Venti asks D-Luke where the least suspicious spot in the bar is. And luckily, we are politely guided upstairs, while D-Luke is like, something's not right. Why would an alcoholic want to be so far away from the bar counter? But his train of thought is interrupted when NPC number 1 and 2 are like, hey, the church got robbed. And D-Luke is like, get out of my bar, night scum. Except in a more polite way. He basically just says, oh, I think I saw them, go over there. Which works, because NPCs don't have much of a brain in the early Genshin Impact days. And then D-Luke is like, why did you steal? And we're like, because we're good. And he's like, oh, understandable. Then proceeds to go on a 5-minute talk about how he hates the knights and their small PP energy. He also says he'll help us save Dvalin with his vast array of connections and money in classic Bruce Wayne fashion. Then the following night, or the same night, it's kind of trippy, so Jean decides to show up as well, and after 2 lines of dialogue, she believes us completely, and will also be helping us cure Dvalin's chlamydia. And let me just say, her and D-Luke, something seems to be cooking, except it's kind of lukewarm, and I don't think Hoyoverse will ever romanticize characters. But it's chill, they can leave that to the players. As the tension is building, Jean decides to explain that the Fatutu want to rob the Animo Archon and his powers. And Venti is just like, geez, I would hate to be that guy. So to prevent the Fatutu from being meanie bo beanies, and to also get Dvalin's bedtime instrument back, we go to their very secretly hidden base, which is in this crack in a rock. And once we enter, we start hearing mention of the baddest bitch in town, Signora, who is a harbinger, which basically means she's gonna be looking like a snack. Cause all of the harbingers, except for that one, look like tops, and I kind of want them to step on my face. After beating up this Fatutu dude, with a really nice voice by the way, we get back the Holy Liar. And yes, it was really that easy. And I can't be the only one who just realized we're also wearing a mask, which kind of makes me sad because I wish we could wear accessories even outside of story quests, because gosh darn, Lumine looks really good in black. Meanwhile, back at the bar, Giga Chad Venti welcomes us back, and as we give him the Holy Liar, he says it's dry. It doesn't have enough moisture. So what better way to moisten up an instrument than with the tears of a dragon? However, unfortunately, the one tear we have isn't quite enough, so we have to go find more of Dvalin's pain and misery. Now, I'm pretty sure they just did this to extend the quest, but it's fine. Also, Paimon bullying Venti for no apparent reason is very apparent.
You're so cheeky. You deserve an ugly nickname.
And this scene is also when he gets the infamous nickname, the Tone Deaf Bard, which is quite hypocritical considering Paimon is the one who came up with it, with her amazing voice. Anyway, our tier collecting journey leads us to a ruin guard, who we then proceed to murder. And now that I think about it, Dvalin was comfortable enough to cry around this ruin guard, and we just killed it? I mean, maybe they were friends? Wait. Why does that sound like an anime plot? Best friends, reincarnated as a dragon and a robot. I would literally pay money for this. Afterwards, we kill a camp of hilichurls for the second tier and infiltrate some ruins with more hilichurls for the third tier. And with that, Dvalin's emotional support instrument is ready. Damn, I gotta say though, this dragon really went around Mondstadt, releasing his bodily fluids everywhere. Maybe he needs a little bit of a better psychiatrist than Venti. But anyway, Venti plays 2 notes on the instrument, and Stormterror Dvalin, erstwhile King of the Skies, has returned. And it feels really good to say his full name again. But, much to Venti's dismay, Dvalin has found a new best friend and therapist. Although this friend leads a little more to the demonic side. And the Abyss Mage is like, hey Dvalin, Barbados thinks you weak. And Dvalin is like, oh hell no, I ain't no sissy. I don't need your emotional support, green man. And he proceeds to assert his dominance by flying away for the 3rd time. But hey, now everyone knows who Barbados is, which is kind of weird to imagine a drunk bard you hire to play at your bar is God? Honestly, I'd lose hope in the natural order of everything. Just kidding, I love you, Venti. But hey, there's also some good news. Like the lyre, it's broken. Or wait, that's also bad news. But hey, it's your brother, chilling with some Abyss Mages. It's so nice to see him making friends. And he's also their prince? Ooh, looks like someone's moved up in the world since Mama's spanking last week. And that does it for Prologue Part 2. On to Part 3, and oh, I forgot about level requirements, hold up. Part 3 begins with us meeting at the Dawn Winery, which is Bruce Wayne's mansion, by the way, and in classic Bruce Wayne fashion, he's found a lead on the Abyss Order, the ones responsible for Dvalin contracting syphilis. Also, Paimon continues to be condescending towards Venti. Why? Because why not? She's in Mondstadt, which is a free nation, so freedom to insult everyone and anyone does exist. And here's something I actually never noticed before. But Venti straight up calls himself the weakest member of the God Squad, which is a perfect example of what alcoholism can do to a man. But he's still a Giga Chad. So Bruce Wayne managed to track down an Abyss Mage, one of the spreaders of the AIDS, to the upper area of the Dawn Winery. And upon death, the Abyss Mage releases STD particles, which Venti recognizes, and he comes to the conclusion that this is why him and Dvalin can't be besties anymore. So Venti uses his god powers and plot convenience to deduce that we should go to Storm Terror's lair and confront the Depresso Expresso, erstwhile king of the skies. And for some reason, Jean and D-Luke instantly think that a confrontation with Dvalin means we're gonna have to kill a bish. But remember guys, this is a kid-friendly game until later when we get to Sumeru and Inazuma. I guess the devs just assumed most kids wouldn't make it that far. But anyway, Venti says that since you're the main character that can purify Dvalin's depression tears, we should also be able to purify his soul. Which, yes, it's anime, so that does make sense. We then arrive in Dvalin's room, or sorry, lair. And after killing some hilly churls, because we do that a lot, Venti plays 3 notes on the Dvalin emotional support instrument, and the massive hurricane is now gone. Although I am still curious as to why he needed the instrument that he created with his powers to do that, but I digress. We are now deep inside Dvalin's lair, and his emotional damage becomes even more apparent. Because now there are Hurricane Katrinas popping up everywhere, trying to give you the sucky wucky 9000. But don't worry, as long as you don't walk like a snail with dementia, you'll be fine. Also, for some reason, Venti is now repeating everything Paimon says. It's kind of random, but it is justifiable revenge on this child of Lucifer. And yes, Paimon being the child of Lucifer is a theory out there. But finally, we're at the top and ready to heal Dvalin scradiddlyumptious ass. Except psych! Here comes one last puzzle for you to do before getting your alone time with the dragon. You have to put the light thingy in the hole so that the wind goes away with the help of the light thingy 3 times. Nice. And after showing off your insurgent skills, the wind decides to hibernate by not existing anymore. Now there's only one thing left to do. Beat that dragon ass! Or sorry, cure Dvalin's chlamydia. Meaning, it's time to play Toho again and shoot Dvalin's disease right off of his back by flying through wind holes for about 10 minutes and unleashing several loads on this sad little dragon. But hey, it works, and you break one of Dvalin's tumors. And now it's a ground fight, phase 2, and it consists of him attacking you with his head, him spitting his saliva all over the field, and him flying. Very epic. And once he's finally down, it's time to get rid of some of that health. And oh, quick side note, I think I was a little over-leveled for this. But we did it. With Dvalin's headache finally cleared up, he realizes that murder because of emotional damage isn't always the best way to get rid of emotional damage. And him and Venti start getting really personal. Venti's like, "It's been a while since we flew like this. Your wings are as soft and moist as way back in the day." And Dvalin is like, "Thanks, Dad." and Venti goes off on a 2-minute speech about freedom. Which, quick serious point, it's a really damn good scene and a good speech from Venti. I highly suggest if you haven't seen this scene in like 2 or 3 years, like myself, you check it out again. It's really nice. And with that said, we return to the city as heroes, and as a reward for our efforts, we get, nothing, really. But hey, we know we're a good person, and that's all that really matters. Except, no, actually that's not all that matters. They could have given us at least a couple of thousand mora, which would have been nice. I mean, without our help, this place might be looking like Conria right about now. But speaking of Conria, Kaya managed to fist one of the Abyss Mages into spilling the beans, and we now know that they are following the Prince, which may or may not be your bro. But enough of that drama, this is a day to celebrate. So let's go to church. And oh my goodness! I wish she shoved her hand in my chest like that and proceeded to step on my face. Sorry, before that, we meet Barbara in the Catholic Church. And as a devout Christian to this alcoholic god over here, she is flabbergasted by the Dvalin emotional support instrument, looking like it just got gangbanged by a piano and a violin. But luckily, with magical Barbados powers, it's fixed, and Barbara no longer wants to commit toaster bath. For now, anyway, as the spell Venti used was only a temporary fix. But enough of that, back outside, Mom, yes, mess that femboy up, who is my favorite character up to this point. I cannot wait until she becomes playable. But the reason Signora fisted Venti's chest was to get his gnosis, which is the source of his power, except not really. It's kind of confusing this early on in the game, but it makes more sense about 100 hours and 1 trailer later. And now, Venti's sad that he got beat by a dominatrix mommy and decides to go to his emotional support tree. And as his new best friend, we decide to comfort him. And in return, he drops some thick lore bombs, such as anyone with magical anime powers can theoretically become a god. Yes, even someone like Fischl or Mademoiselle Grumpy Cat can technically become a god. And also, Mama Tsaritsa's house is called the the Palace, which is cool. And both of these things made me realize how turned off my brain was playing this game 3 years ago. And with that said, Venti decides to tell you where his best friend for life, who would totally never ignore him, is. And he is in Liyue. So after saying goodbye to our alcoholic bestie, we head out for the Nation of Rock. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This one was a fun change of pace compared to the usual stuff we do, but let me know what you thought of it. And if we reach, let's say, 300 likes, we'll do the Liyue story, as well as potentially even some of the character quests, if y'all would be interested. But with that said, thanks for watching, guys. Take care and have a good one.